Should.
Yeah, a bunch of people that laugh at our
I do have
jokes.
a green screen. I do have a green screen.
So I could talk like JFK and do a public service announcement.
Dude, real good.
Yeah, I that kind of
It's
Driving.
a man who needs no introduction really, but I guess we're rolling now. Here we got our first big guest. Got our first big guest.
RFK, thank you for having me and the worm, of course.
Yeah, I mean, you just kind of showed up. We didn't really invite you. We didn't want you here.
I'm
but,
actually possessed. I died 3 days ago.
well, I think it probably seems like
The ghost
longer.
of RFK.
All right.
Seems like longer than 3 days ago.
Living RFK. Okay.
anyways, yeah, that just came up. You never know if you don't try, right? So, I'm possessed with the ghost of RFK.
Yeah, that's
The spirit of RFK.
It's a cool development.
I hate Red 40 now, so I used to love it. Yeah, what's been good, fellas?
It's been good.
Yeah. I haven't seen you guys in a while. It's felt like we do a couple of casts and all of a sudden like life gets in the way.
I know. Now I'm
Now look at you.
I'm dry. I'm clean and sober. I'm drinking
I mean, if you
lime
want-
sparkling
If
water.
you want a beer, I can get you a beer.
Oh, gee. Well, I
Yeah.
mean,
Well, once you finish your vodka soda, which that is, right?
it's actually just clamato juice that I poured in there.
Hey, you ever have those disgusting drinks?
Exclusively, yeah.
Yeah, they're actually banned now. You can't have a Caesar anymore because they were just all red 40.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, like the way they make it, it's just one big cup and then like a giant turkey on it, and then they put like
Oh, that's
like a roller coaster.
the worst.
Hey, ever see the?
The dumbest trend in food ever was those elaborate and over the top Caesars. Those were terrible.
Oh, I know what you mean now. When you said giant turkey, I got very
You
confused.
got a pound,
No,
a pound
you
of
ever see
chicken
those? Yeah,
wings.
they cost like $35. That's the whole meal, but deconstructed into a cup.
I've seen
40.
that. I've had the dessert version where it's like a giant donut on top of your already too much sugar drink. It was like
on top of your Caesar.
Yeah, exactly.
You have a piece of cheesecake in my Caesar.
Well, I've been cutting myself.
Oh, all right,
Man,
Midlife crisis.
terrain.
Midlife crisis.
you're talking about your fingernails?
I bought a knife because I want to go in the woods.
Okay, and do what in the woods? Like you just want to like
Treehouse.
Oh, okay. Like
Do you want to build a
you
treehouse?
can't afford a. Okay,
I just
so
want to
you're
go in the
gonna
woods and not perish.
Yeah,
So you're gonna whittle a big
Yes.
giant redwood into a treehouse with your knife?
Exactly.
Nice.
Exactly. Yeah. I bought one because that's what I use my money for instead of food. And I bought a knife. First time I opened it, I was like, "This is a beautiful thing." Close it. That's a lot of blood.
Right.
Oh,
Brian.
you did do it recently?
You can't see it anymore. Yeah, but the
sliced
thing, it was
yourself?
sharp. I couldn't feel it until
Hey.
I looked down. And I was like, "That's not right." And it was
Yeah, you ever been to
right
like you ever go to?
there.
That's our
you
first
got-
sensor.
yeah,
You
yeah.
can't see it. It's
got
tiny,
it.
but
You
it,
First
got
sensor. Ever been to a Princess Auto and just like I have to buy a blade?
yeah. That's literally my
Study
idea.
the blade at Princess Auto.
Yeah, seriously.
I went to a place like that where
Yeah.
it was like all Japanese steel, and I was like, "Can I get the shitty thing over here?"
We used to do that every Boxing Day. We used to go out as a group of guys, and we used to go to the mall and go to the blade shop and then try to haggle the owner down to give us blades. That's why I have a Lord of the Rings Nazgul blade up in my room.
Okay. Yeah.
Many different blades, you know. But that was a tradition for a long time.
Many different blades.
Many
He's like
different-
proud of it. You can see it in your eye.
Yes.
I can't blame you. I was gonna buy like a $300 mace.
Yeah.
Like it's just a piece of metal.
It's home
ball
security. It's home
on
security.
Other piece of
Yeah.
metal pole. I just want to hit a tree with it. I don't know why. It feels like it's like hatchet throwing or whatever.
It's the male urge.
Yeah,
to
actually,
dominate.
instead of axe throwing, they should have mace wielding. You get a few drinks with your friends and
It
go
was right by the Cheers bar.
swing some medieval weapons around.
Well,
Oh, what
usually
about jousting? Why don't they let us joust each other
they do.
anymore?
I mean, I actually found out one of my friends has never been to medieval times.
I'm going to. I've never been. I'm going.
You've never been.
I watched a clip of a girl.
You're
being
not allowed to
very-
bring your mace into medieval times.
Never mind. I was just running around.
I saw a meme where it's or like a video of a guy trying to bring up about like trying to get relationship advice during medieval times, and it's so loud and it's just like the conversation but not the right moment kind of thing. It was I'm trying to be super serious. And he's like, "What does it mean if she's like saying?" And it's just this whole grand.
I've heard there's a lot of
Tournament?
relationship advice at those fairs. It's basically a
Oh,
drug
at a
and
Ren
relationship
fair?
advice
Yeah, there's no relationships.
festival.
I think it's just one big.
Yeah, it's sort of a.
I would like to go to Ren fair. It would be fun though. I think I would just be RPing too hard.
gone.
Nope.
Oh,
Wow. You haven't brought any of
no,
your
no.
blades to the Ren
No,
Fair?
no, they're too dull and too small.
oh my god.
But speaking of drinking with the fellas, it's good to see you.
Can I have a
I
beer?
thought No.
Okay.
Does it matter?
No.
Nope.
Don't matter to me.
Okay.
This is good radio.
You got some good Steins or whatever those are. Not Steins, because that has a top.
I would have had one prep for you. I have this one. Is this okay?
Don't worry about it. Yeah, that's fine. That's
Ooh, and then
that's
you
a
can be like, you kiss
Canadian.
each other.
Cheers to the NHL playoffs, brother.
There you go. I was gonna say I was hoping that I would be able to brag a little bit, seeing if my team would be in the postseason still. And
Your team is the Seattle Kraken, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, how'd that work out for you?
Yeah, shut up.
You wish it was the Seattle Kraken.
The Toronto Maple Leafs. It's like Groundhog Day. That's
I was gonna say, yeah.
it. Truly is ground. I remember seeing that movie, and I was like, that'd be kind of a cool scenario to be in. You just get to like best your next.
You get really good at piano.
right. Right.
How does that end though?
Over and
That's
over
what I was
I
thinking
actually
about
don't
that
remember.
today.
I think he
You become
built-
a good person.
Yeah.
I think you have to do it. You be nice to Andy McDowell.
It's kind of like
and then,
the metaphor in like life. That's some people believe that you keep getting reincarnated
Right.
until you fix
I like
yourself, and then you could pass on. Maybe this is limbo. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, anyways, the Leafs are in limbo of not doing f all. They've broken my heart once again, especially how I'm watching the Panthers dismantle the Carolina Hurricanes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because that was a freebie.
Yeah.
So that's 2 years in a row. That was tough, like to lose in that fashion. At first, it was like, okay, last longer than the Habs. They did beat Ottawa,
Okay, yeah, right.
and Ottawa was kind of like, yeah, because they just squeaked in, and it should have been a fairly easy series, and they almost went to 7. So then they did that, and yeah, they know how to play your heartstrings, and it's kind of a sick joke now.
Yeah, this is like this is sort of, I guess, the
10th year, I don't
diary
know. Yeah.
confessions of a
Yeah.
Leaf fan scorned. But you thought it was different this year, didn't you?
For the most part, no.
No, but you believed when it mattered, though.
And
You
then I
believed when
believed
it
when it
mattered.
mattered.
Game 5?
Well, no. I'm
Was
just saying,
Game 5
like,
was the one that came back, right? Or 6?
No,
game 5 was the first, like,
the first
first
6-1
warning.
loss.
It was like maybe the second warning.
Game 6 was
7
when they were like, oh, never mind.
Yeah. No, for the most part, I was like, we'll see. We'll wait until playoffs. And then they had a few dominant games. Like, okay, and then I got to see how the defense has really changed because as a Leafs fan, haven't really been blessed with defense. So then I saw that working, saw the goalie dialed in, and then I saw the beginning of Florida. I'm like, holy crap! Like, you still got more than 2 games to go, right? So then, yeah, I knew I had a feeling it was over in Game 3 after they blew that 3-0 lead.
Yep.
The way that collapsed, and it's just like, oh, and I was like, yeah, we're in trouble. So then, yeah, watched Game 7 at a friend's house, and I saw everybody on social media getting together for this massive high pressure Game 7, and they lost 6-1. So that crushed me.
That was funny,
but
yeah.
I'm numb to it. I'm really like
I have a
disappointed.
question.
But
I have a question for you.
yes, you in the front row.
Armchair GMs of the room.
Yeah.
Now that the dust is settling with that, do you agree with a lot of the finger pointing that's going on as to and the change? Like, what changes that are look to be happening and already did happen?
That's a great question. Great question.
But like, do you agree with some of the blame, or is that short-sighted and it's just they need someone to go on, like, be a pariah?
I'll try to keep it short because I know I want to talk about.
Yeah, we have a lot of time here. We don't have a lot of time here.
we want to talk
The
about
th- there's
each of our hockey
unregistered,
experiences.
there's free agent issues, and there's no trade clause issues.
So I think it'll be a case study in the future for a sports team on how you build a team. This one was built with like 4, maybe 5 later on main players who were getting most of the money, and they tried to fill in around. And every time it didn't work, they just redid the moat around of players, and that just showed how that it doesn't work because they took a gamble on these main players actually that are very similar in how they play, so they can't like best each other. They would work and spread out on different teams, but yeah, I think people just didn't want to believe and that it would not work. And then, so I don't know. I mean, if you get paid that much money and you have the track record, like 1 goal in every game 7.
on paper and regular season, killer team.
Well, regular season is just for fun. And I think we've all seen like the level of regular season play to like playoff, which is like, how do they get away with it?
I think it's something that like even hockey people and front office in Toronto and around the league, I think, have a hard time explaining why it goes the way it does every year in, year out. I think you just gotta at this point say these are guys that can't get it done together. You know, might not be able to explain why, but it's just for whatever reason they really can't elevate to the next level, and it's time to try to find a mix of guys that can do it or don't. I think it's way funnier.
Oh yeah, you enjoy this. Yeah.
You don't mind it?
No, I live for this. I live for this time of year. The last week I've
The magical 2 weeks in May.
yeah. Oh,
That's it. Every
it's
year.
it's the best. It's the best media week in of the year.
Oh, this is gonna go all summer now, and I get to hear it all
Yeah,
over.
it's very funny stuff. But I mean, hey,
Your team.
Canada, the World Championship team, they almost outshone the
Right.
Leafs there with
Right.
with
They
their
had quite a-
game against Denmark. That was
Yeah.
pretty
That was
exciting.
a collapse. I actually didn't catch a single game. I wanted to.
That's the one I watched.
first round.
Oh,
right?
really? Okay.
First round exit?
That was a quarterfinal.
Oh, I didn't
So,
know there
like-
was more. I looked at the bracket and it was yeah.
Yeah,
was
so
it
it's,
was Denmark
it's,
they lost,
it's
yeah.
the first it's the first elimination game.
Okay.
Yeah,
And then Denmark scored like late.
yeah Denmark tied it with a couple minutes to go, and then scored the go ahead with I think
Which is crazy.
80
Even that
seconds?
lineup of Team Canada, you would think that they were,
Yeah.
would dominate, but you
Denmark,
see the rest of Europe is catching up, I think,
yeah. And
since Canada's domination in the past,
I think I loved it. I love seeing how excited those players are. You know, guys that are gonna remember that forever. Two NHLers in that lineup, I think it was.
Which one?
Denmark.
Denmark, yes, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, that's why I'm always cheering for other countries at the World Juniors and stuff. Yeah, it does. Like, I don't know about you guys, but it does not bruise my national pride as it even exists or whatever. But yeah, I think it's awesome to see like other countries celebrated and having these big moments in our game, right? I think it's awesome.
Well,
Like,
yeah, US.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say USA won.
yeah, that
The
I
first
don't-
time in 92 years, whatever they won the world.
100 years, I think. Yeah, which is
Yeah.
Holy crap.
pretty
It-
shocking. Yeah,
But it's
It
good.
ended
it's-
already? I thought it was wow.
They won in
yeah,
overtime.
it's over. Yeah.
But I'll just say quickly, it's good for like USA hockey to grow like hockey in the states because
Yeah.
they get more, I guess.
Yeah, but
coverage
they're
of
already
hockey.
the second probably.
Well,
to,
I mean,
Yes, there's
Batman's
big
trying
time.
to flood the states with as much hockey as possible, right? But like, it still it still loses out against football and baseball,
like
right? But
frisbee, yeah.
and yeah,
it's still pretty low.
and whatever's
more
on
attention,
ESPN4.
You got it. But what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna mention the Four Nations thing was really cool because like I was actually bringing up Matthews. It was the first time I was like, oh, I forgot he's from like Arizona or whatever.
yeah.
And it's cool to see people like say they're on Team Sweden during that thing. Just seeing players that on their home country for that most recent one, not the four.
Yeah, Nylander was
it's
playing
cool.
for,
It's cool to
Team
see them
Sweden.
in different environments like that. I got to. It was like, oh wait, Crosby's Canadian.
yeah.
Whoops. Yeah, I think it's cool.
Him and McKinnon, but yeah, it'll be interesting for the Olympics. It's a good setup for the Olympics.
Yeah, and I definitely don't like when the states wins. They're not
Right.
They're not by any means an underdog.
No, but they're definitely. It's going to be one heck of a meetup for
Sure. Yeah.
the Olympics. It's a good like pre-setup kind of thing, and I think it's going to give good drama and good storylines for the Olympics. So that'd be good.
So-
Go ahead.
Tear it down to the studs is your thing, or no? You want to keep?
I'm gonna move my mic around here because I think it's cutting your beautiful faces off. So
Not my face.
So I
not
watched a
the
thing. They were
face.
basically saying like Mitch. They were throwing Mitch under the bus, right?
Well,
and then I saw a
it's-
thing of his dad yelling at him when he was a kid.
When he
and
was
I
a
felt
child,
bad for him.
yeah.
come on,
Oh, of course.
Oh my
Yeah.
god!
Mitch, if you don't skate, I swear to God.
It humanized him a bit, where people were just using him as like a scapegoat. Blah blah blah.
Okay, but
Those,
say if
those
you
same
got paid
people
up-
are still using him.
I know, but say if you got paid like a bunch of money.
Oh, I see. I see.
You know
what
what I'm saying? Like he's still a human, whatever. Like
Oh yeah.
hockey's can be hard, right?
Yeah.
we all know this. But imagine if you had like an acre full of money. Like would it be that hard? Like
No, I don't
That-
think anyone. I don't think anyone really has. I'm sure some people have sympathy when he like experiences harassment or whatever in public, but I don't think anyone. I don't think anyone is feeling sorry for the position he's
But-
in.
but
what's his salary?
almost $11 million a
And
year.
what
I think it was
should
at-
people get? Because I know the average was 3, but maybe that was a long time ago.
It's
Other players that sign kind of start gauging it, right? Too. And then
yeah,
it's like,
it varies widely.
what have you
I mean,
done?
Well, for
recently?
example, I just realized that Carey Price is still getting paid $10 million or something, and that's ending next year, which is crazy to think about that it's
Yeah,
still happening
at the end of next
but
year, yeah.
remember, he was like a top 5 in the league.
He was the highest paid goalie when they signed that. When he
was
signed
And
that
what do
deal.
you think of your Habs this year? Priceless Habs.
Yeah, it was a good year. It was a fun year. They're right where they should be. I think making the playoffs was a little bit of a cherry on top, and that was nice. It was good to good experience for some of those those fellas.
You went to a game earlier this year.
Yeah, we went to a game in April.
Rookie debuted.
We went to the Ivan Demidov debut game. Yeah, we could have sold those tickets for like 5 times what we paid for them, but
oh yeah, really?
yeah, because it was also they could have clinched the playoffs with a win in that game. Instead, they lost in a shootout to Chicago. So it was the
okay.
perfect Montreal game where really exciting. That first period was incredible. You know, the Demidov rookie lap for the warm up.
Yes, yeah.
He gets an assist 5 minutes in, and then a few minutes later he scores his first goal, and the place is going absolutely bananas. You know, it was the best building in
It
sport.
is.
I hear that.
It really is.
And then the second period was just an absolute graveyard because it was the team was horrible, and the third wasn't much better, but they scraped out a tying goal. Yeah, overall it was great. It was my wife's first time seeing a game there, and I was hyping it up to her
Nice.
so much, and she was like not believing me. But you know, a few minutes into that game, and it's 1-0 Montreal, and she's going rabid in the stands.
Oh,
man,
yeah,
you
that's
know?
awesome.
She's into it.
You're like,
Really?
damn.
Of course,
I
yeah.
think you get swept up in it when you're in the environment,
Big
right?
time,
Yeah, but okay, so I can't compare because I know other places can to the Bell Center. I was there once. I watched the Leafs lose 4-0.
That's no better experience. At the Bell Center.
That was the exiting the Kessel era. That was there was an interim coach in there. I forget his name.
No.
before
Darcy Horachuk or something like that?
Something like this.
Horacek.
Not a Horacek.
It was Horachek.
Horacek.
Fuck, what was his first name though?
Anyways,
who cares?
it was a bad time. But I'm wondering why is
Peter
it so.
Peter Horachek.
Yes. Yeah. I'm wondering why is it so crazy in that place? Like, is it because is it the way it's built is a little bit more compact? Is it every Montrealer is just fucking crazy?
It's
like what it.
it's church, man. It's going to church for,
right?
for
Like,
that.
We know this saying in Toronto,
city,
it's all
that
suits,
culture.
but like,
Yeah.
I saw some really good improvement during the playoffs. I can't,
No, actually, the Leafs crowds I thought were
Yeah.
fine. Yeah.
but it's not the same in French church.
No, exactly. No,
Like,
it's
it's not-
it's a different culture. Like, I don't know. We could.
Well, that's the team there too, right? Like, there's not,
Exactly. Yes, that's right. And we can expand on this on another video,
Sure,
maybe or something
sure,
that'll be good. But
like
Quebec
that.
culture itself is so different, right? Like it's got like its own complete cultural infrastructure that's just its own kind of thing, right? Like it has its own TV stars, it has its own movies, it has its own music that doesn't really bleed out into the rest of Canada like Canadian culture, let alone North American or global culture as a whole kind of is ubiquitous here and stuff. So it's just a really neat place, and hockey is really something special there, and
As it should be.
yeah, big time. It's the best
Right.
sport. It's
I'm just hoping that it's Toronto that wins the cup before Montreal. That's at the end of the day.
see,
You were so close to doing it.
if
few years
Montreal
ago.
could just do it, I would hate Toronto so much less, and I would be totally fine. I just need to see the one. I just need to see.
I know.
you were close.
Both of us.
Yeah,
both of
a
us.
couple
You
years
were
ago.
very close.
Yeah, well, closer.
I'm trying to
you
figure
know,
out which
close
stings
to
the
being
most.
close or whatever
I don't
Austin
know what's-
Matthews says.
Yeah. I think the 3-1 loss, the 3-1 series lead.
To Montreal.
Yeah, that's got to hurt the most.
That's probably. I mean, I've seen Montreal beat some
That
pretty
probably-
hated Boston teams, but
Yeah.
that comeback against Toronto miuld be my favorite hockey.
like what a
moment.
breakdown. Like the Leafs just collapsed completely. Like,
It was incredible, and I mean,
that was
not like it was
I
the
couldn't believe
perfect.
it.
It was the perfect Leaf script because game 5 and 6 that Montreal needed to win to force
Yeah.
this rest of the series. Montreal took multi-goal leads in both games. Leafs come back and tie it, only to lose in overtime in both games.
Yeah.
That
Also
was
because
incredible.
of double agent Alex Galchenyuk.
Yep.
Is going. Don't worry,
Secondary
guys.
assist, Alex Galchenyuk.
Yeah, it's terrible. But yeah, it's all the same to me now. Hopefully they actually start blowing it up. Brendan Shanahan went bye-bye.
Yeah.
I invite you to join our hockey conversations in depth with putting a team on your badge for the rest of your life. And I think if you want to announce that you're going all in on this team, go ahead. I think it's a perfect time because if they ever do pull it off,
Arizona Coyote. Oh, shit.
if they,
Wait a minute.
it's the Yeti. If they ever pull it off, you can say to them like, "I was a fan at this time, and no one's going to give you guff."
That's right.
Okay.
So I'll
That's
let you
right.
take
Put
it away.
get it on the record.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna pick a team that is on the upswing in a rebuild similar to another. Well, you see,
Oh, similar or not the same? Okay.
well, both young, second youngest team Habs right now. Rookie of the year, trophy maybe. We'll
definitely
see.
gotta be.
Maybe. I mean, he's in one of the top three. Anyway.
Leafs head
Yeah.
coach,
Really?
ex-Leaf coach. Yeah.
Oh, you're talking. Wait, you too?
What?
Wait.
Because I'm going Devils.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The coach is
He reminds
Sheldon's
me of the
Leaf.
guy that would do a drop kick from the top ropes. I don't know, facially or just.
He's a psycho.
if you know what I'm talking about.
He was a psycho in junior, which is
I
funny.
could
He
see
played for
him,
Barry, and
Oh, was he? Oh.
yeah. He there were a few minor controversies. He was kind of a hothead. The whole
I can see
team,
that.
the whole team was a bunch of temper tantrum throwing divas kind of thing, and pretty dirty, and refused to like
Yeah.
shake the commissioner's hand at the end of
Oh,
the year and
really?
all that stuff. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I'll jump on when
Anyway,
they're
so-
good now. Like I'll jump. They were kind of shit.
You're
but
going.
almost
Oh,
not
you're also
shit.
you lived in Jersey. I mean, that's a good choice,
Yeah,
Brian. That's a
I
good
think
choice.
so. I think it's a
I
good
like
choice.
that.
They were shit last year, but almost not shit. Now they fixed their goaltending and they
A lot
have
of
a good head
injuries last
coach.
year.
A lot of injuries. I like Allen's cute mask. It reminds me of a mask from one of the.
Jake Allen, former Montreal Canadian, shout out.
What's that guy's name? Drewski. I wrote it down. Clyde Owens. Clive.
Clive Owen.
Clive
yeah,
Owen,
Yeah.
Bill.
Clive Barker?
Dryden's mask from back in the day.
Oh, Ken Dryden's.
Ken Dryden's mask, where it's like a horrifying. It's supposed to be like a Habs logo, but it's more like a target.
Does Jake Allen still have the
He's got a very retro Devils
Dryden
mask.
tribute?
It's
Because he
kinda
kind
similar.
of did with his Habs mask. if
Yeah,
I'm-
I don't know if it's
a
exactly.
few goalies
He
have
does
done
very
that. I mean, I'm
minimalistic,
trying to
and I
remember.
like those. I like those.
Yeah,
But,
yeah. He's got good mask style for sure.
yeah. I'll take Keefe and I'll take the good young core.
Okay,
That'd
Yeah.
be good. And then maybe in
Where
the
have I heard
future.
that before?
Yeah, yeah. Bullshit. Okay.
Yeah, you never know. Well, we'll see if it's. Well, you might even have the trifecta of Hughes brothers playing together.
Way if
Yeah,
that would
yeah.
be.
Jim Rutherford doesn't shut his mouth during press
Yeah.
conferences. Like
Oh, yeah.
he's not answering my texts. I don't know. Or he's at a basketball game. Like,
Yeah.
And I got the added benefit that no one really gives a shit about them.
Not yet. I was
Well,
gonna say like the fans
yeah.
are pretty like they're like
It's not a big market team considering.
you know how like Ultramarines and 40K there's like different chapters that stem off of the Ultramarines.
Yeah.
I feel like if the Philadelphia Flyers are of the brotherhood of brother love city,
Yeah.
New Jersey is like a foundling chapter from them. They're like very similar and like they'll beat the shit out of you in the parking
My
lot.
boy
You know what I'm
who
saying?
was a hockey fan was
No.
a Flyers fan because the Devils are that shit, and we were living in Jersey, so it's like,
Yeah, but isn't there like the fans will like beat the shit out of you in the, like
in
they're-
Philly, yeah, for sure.
in Philly, but aren't they very similar? Like aren't they very like you know what I'm saying? Like
You're saying
it's
the same,
kinda like
the same
in
in
bet-
Jersey, but less publicized, or what do you-
I don't know like how intense the fans are. Like you know where Islander fans
well,
are
there's
just won't
you
shut
got
up.
you got David Putty painting his face and
That's what I'm saying, right?
scaring
Like,
priests.
I always thought that Jersey fans were like, yeah, they go, hey, oh,
it's a little bit of that leopard print pant hoop earring.
yeah.
Yeah,
fake-
at the
fake
at
line in
the
the front
concessions
yard.
at the
Yeah.
Prudential Center, you just walk up and it's a fridge that you open and you take out the gabagool and
I didn't like The
you just
Sopranos when I lived
throw
there
it in.
because it was normal, and I was like, this is not.
Yeah, you lived in a
Yeah, it
on
wasn't
that
that,
street.
weird. I was like, this is. I see.
You just
people
woke
like
up
this.
one morning.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, I was like, this is not that
got
different.
some gabagool.
I'm excited. I'm excited to kind of learn because
Yeah.
it took me a long time, but I'm starting to figure out that maybe there's something here.
Well, here's the fun part. Now you got to figure out when they play,
Hmm.
what their schedule is, and what network is broadcasting it.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you
Because
just
it won't be Sportsnet, I don't think.
no.
I don't. Maybe.
well, all their games are out of market, right? So I think if
Yeah.
you shouldn't have any blacked out. You should. I don't know. Just
that'll be the tricky part,
pirate
but
it.
I'm sure
Pirate it, Brian. What do I care?
we don't ever. That's not even a word.
No,
we
you're
don't-
right. Actually,
we would
that's
never ever.
That is
never,
actually too
never.
far. I can't believe I said
I
that.
pay for my sports streaming stuff. So, anyways, no,
I
it's,
watch sports the legit way, just like everyone else on hockey.ru.67957.ie.643.
standing out in the street looking through the.
Right, yeah. I get all my updates from the little news kids in the morning saying, extra, extra, Toronto Maple Leafs lose game 7.
extra. It's last year again.
Yeah, that's right.
And again,
I
Hey,
forgot
hey,
to
give me
tell
that
you.
paper. Wait, this is from 2019.
Exactly. I did that. I did the modern version of
Yeah,
that where
just
there was a
little
thumbnail and it
peels
had
off.
Matthews'
Yeah.
face and it said Matthews with like all bold saying
Yeah.
like, disappointment or whatever the phrase is. And I was like, oh, that's from 3 years ago.
There's one
Yeah.
where it
This has been happening
shows
a lot.
the Hulk
Yeah.
Hogan doing his like elbow smash from the top ropes,
the
and
elbow-
the guy laying on the ground on the mat it's like the Toronto Maple Leaf logo, and every year they lose, they put another Hulk Hogan, and it got to the point where they
That
ran
rocks.
out of room to put more Hulk Hogans.
Nice.
It's pain. It's
Nice.
it's so painful. To-
Every year I think, man, it can't happen again. I'm gonna be distraught.
I know you're thinking of that too.
And then I
know.
just and then I Stone Cold Steve Austin 2 beers when it's over. And,
yeah, our
yeah,
friend,
I wasn't even nervous. I wasn't even scared.
our friend Derek was trying to get me to join the pool of elimination pool.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Come join us." And I texted him the photo of the Shining girls in the hallway holding hands. I'm like, "This is you and Schoolie
Yeah.
trying to get me." And then we won games. We won. They won game 6. Yeah. And,
Got your hopes up.
Oh, yeah, I literally the way they played, I'm like, if you play like this in game 7, which at the first period they kind of did, and I was like, "Oh boy, can't
Well,
wait for the rest of the game."
Yeah.
And then they had a
The
monumental
second half
collapse.
of the first period. In game
Yes,
7.
they
yeah.
they weathered the storm. Okay,
That's
what
right.
they're
That's
going
right.
with.
That's right. They
weathered the
bent and they
storm.
didn't break. Well, yeah, this was a good one, guys. This was a good, fun talk. Too many passengers, though.
I was like, wait, oh, right. I remember that.
I'm the captain of this podcast, and I say there are too many passengers.
I don't even know if he's a good captain. I don't think he is. I don't think
He's too
so.
young.
so.
and
It
you
doesn't
can't
seem
trade
like
him.
it, man.
He's too young. You can't trade him.
And then
No,
it's-
you know,
I want you to
we
trade
do
him.
have to wrap this up, but
Yeah.
tell us what your injury was. Like it's
Yeah.
a difference between like, oh, I hurt my wrist, and like, or like I have a disc erupted in my back. Like
yeah. I have a feeling it wasn't Patrice
back
Bergeron with the collapsed lung
and the hole,
yeah.
and broken ankle,
Yeah.
and everything else.
It's the pressure.
That's right. Yeah. Maybe you can.
What a
he's
troll.
got
I
he's got
love
the
that guy.
bends. He's got the bends from all the pressure. He came up too soon with the. Yeah. Anyway, there's something there. You get it.
I love Marchie so much. What a troll saying the pressure. Fuck that. I
I
mean,
mean, so he'll be playing for the Leafs next year.
oh my
Him
god.
and Bennett.
I wouldn't doubt it. That would be that would be a snap decision.
Whatever. Hockey is still the greatest sport in the
Hockey's
world. Though.
stupid anyway.
Yeah,
I don't
nice,
care.
nice was good.
Yep.
We got
That's a
some
real
young
powerful.
bucks.
Yeah,
A
but
friend of
rid of a
mine,
lot of
a
the
friend of
old
mine always says that Matthew Nyes looks like a vampire.
he does. He does.
He has that thick neck. He has that piercing blue eyes.
Oh yeah.
Nice Ferratu. I don't know.
Hey,
he
there you
doesn't-
go.
He doesn't show up in photos. They don't have reflections of him. Has no garlic on his food.
That's why he couldn't score in Game 7 because he had to be invited into the crease.
Yes, he was not invited. It was speaking of sinners.
Very good.
That was, anyways. That was a good chat, fellas. But before we wrap it up, anything else we can add? Anything else you want to unveil? Any new projects you guys are working
Absolutely not.
I don't know, man. I'm tired.
on? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Good night.
Thank you.
Take care. Thank you for tuning in to their hockey chat.
Thanks
with
to our
Bartman.
sponsor, Labatt Blue.
Yep. Thank you.
If we say it enough times, they'll do it.
That's how it works. If you give free
Democracy.
advertising, then they'll pay you later.
Yeah, they have to actually legally. They're like, we'll sue them.
I'm excited though. I'm gonna be a hockey boy soon
You
because
are.
it's starting to seep through my.
No better time of year to start being a hockey fan
cracks.
than the
It's the
middle of the summer.
Yeah. Well, I was if you get the right people that are like, this is why this. They're like predicting
You can
plays.
get very hyped.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Brian, if you were like more of a coward,
I don't know if that's it's
you
hard
would
to,
because it's not the middle of the summer. Where it's actually kind of just over the halfway point of the playoffs. But if you wanted to be like that guy, because you have a familial connection there as well, you would be an Edmonton fan.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was actually
Edmonton-
thinking about
I-
that because he's got some.
I think Edmonton's
fam
gonna
jam
win the
out
cup.
there too.
Everyone's
right?
fam jamming for them right now just to keep a Canadian
Well, yeah.
team up there right now.
I always cheer for the Canadian team unless it's Toronto, Ottawa,
all the other
Vancouver,
Calgary. Yeah.
True.
definitely not Winnipeg.
Yeah,
I
I'm
hate
hoping.
Winnipeg,
I
too.
mean, that's been a good series, so
I hate
we'll
Winnipeg.
see. We'll see.
Damn, it must be terrible to be Mark.
Must be nice.
Mark
Shifley. Oh, dude.
Shifley.
Okay, I don't even think we should touch that. Let's not even.
That's a tough one.
joke
That's a
about-
tough situation there.
Yeah, that one sucks.
Kitchener born?
Kitchener boy. Yeah.
Well,
I'm not doing that.
On that note.
I'm going Jersey. Fuck you guys.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I respect it.
just get ready to get pounded
Always am.
by the half-leafs. Halflings?
Ooh, I'm gonna get you guys all like local teams that are no longer around jerseys.
Okay.
Because I saw like the
Golden
Albany
Seals?
River Rats or something. I'm like, this is so fucking cool.
That
Yeah,
Well-
the Albany River Rats, former
that like
Detroit
AHL?
Farm AHL team.
Yeah. River
Yeah.
Rats.
We should get some farm teams. Rock 'em.
Good farm teams. Okay.
Okay.
Well, thank you.
Get a nice Southern professional. What is it? Southern. I don't know. So there's a very minor pro Southern U.S. League that you basically pay to play for.
Is that the Solar Bears?
No, that's the ECHL.
Oh, okay.
This is below that. This is way below that.
Actually, I do want to play hockey again one day, but
Oh man, I know. I was playing for a while there, and now I've
yeah, you
had to take-
had the Austin Matthews like mysterious injury. You were coming off surgery too, right?
Oh, I mean that was but I mean that was years ago now. But yeah,
Still, you still have to be
I
careful.
only played like, even all told, I've only played hockey like a dozen times in the past like 67
so much
years.
fun.
We can ball hockey.
It's the
We were just
best,
talking
dude.
ball hockey on the way in.
Yeah, ball hockey.
hockey, it's dangerous.
Not counting ball
Very
hockey,
dangerous, very bloody sport.
because COVID threw a real wrench in playing hockey, and
Also, being out of shape. That's a huge thing. That's why I stopped. I literally stopped because I was.
we
became a
gotta
ham.
go play some pickup.
Yeah, I'll do some stretches, not blow out my quads and stuff. That's another dangerous thing. You're like, ooh, I'm playing like I'm 25.
Yeah.
And you're like, ooh, now my body feels 45.
Because like the last few times I went out, I was playing with like 25
you
year
have
olds.
to stretch. Oh
And-
my god.
And it's like, oh yeah, I can keep up, and then
Right.
like 20 minutes later, you're like, oh guys, the
turning
defibrillators
white.
over there,
Yeah.
just so you know. And I'm just saying. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it can happen like that. But stay in school, kids. Watch hockey.
Keep your stick on the ice.
Keep your stick on the ice. And if women don't find you handsome, well, at least they'll find you crying downstairs
After Game 7.
in a favela.
Oh God.
Okay.
Thank you. I like hockey now.
Press it.